Welcome back to the channel, guys. This week was not a great week at the Carboot, and a lot of us resellers at the Carboot are finding it really difficult at the moment, and the problem we have is a 6'6" problem. You're probably thinking now, what is he on about, a 6'6" problem? Well, I got to the Carboot at 6:28 in the morning. It sounds really early. Most people are sleeping at that time, but that was too late. It was far too late. And as I walked into the car boot, I saw a cameraman. He was walking out, he got 4 bags full of stuff, sly, smug look on his face, and he gave me a smirk, and I just knew the car boot was going to be wiped out. It's going to be empty. And sure enough, it had been picked clean. So cameraman, I call him cameraman because the first time I came across him was about 6 weeks ago. He's fairly new to our car boot, and I was waiting patiently for this person to unload their car because I believe in car boot etiquette. You know, it's part of my code, which I'm going to explain later. But anyway, I was waiting patiently for this guy to unload his car. He looked a bit stressed anyway. A cameraman comes along, goes straight into his boot, pulls out about 8 digital cameras, buys a lot for a tenner. And I just glared at him and I was like, I can't repeat the words that I said to him on here because I'm not monetized yet, but I don't think YouTube's going to like it. Anyway, ever since then, he's always sort of smirked when he's seen me, and, you know, I think sometimes you can let people like that bring the worst out in you, and that I don't want that to come into my etiquette and character. But anyway, so I've been working this car boot since 2010. I used to be a sourcer for my ex-partner who was a reseller. I used to go around sourcing dolls and clothes and a few other bits. And I got to know a lot of people, become good friends, a lot of other resellers around there. We helped each other out, and we'd all got pretty good etiquette. But since cameraman's come on the scene, not just myself, but all the other resellers are really suffering at the car boot. This guy really knows how to zag. He gets around really fast. He's about 6'6". He carries 4 IKEA bags, a big rucksack, sometimes 2, and he can carry more than a pack horse. And he's not afraid to go in people's boots. So, as you can see from the picture here and this picture, this was the one time I caught him when I was, not intentionally, but I was filming some Trackmasters. I just found some and I thought, oh, this looked great if I can show people the pickups on the video. As I was filming these Trackmasters, he just walked straight in front of me and picked the lot up. So that's why I've not been filming quite so much at the car boot, because I don't film with a GoPro. I don't have that luxury of cash. I film with a traditional smartphone, just walk around and film as I get the chance. Anyway, on Sunday, it was like most of the resellers that I know were really downhearted. Even Stuart, who's the most positive guy that you could ever meet, he was really pissed off. 3 of the resellers that I know started going to the A47 car boot, and Rob said he was going to go this week, so I don't want to go down that route personally of quitting my car boot. It's a good car boot. There's about 60% genuine sellers there, so it's not all traders. So the answer to my question is, how do I overcome this problem or this person? It's a complicated one. It's a complicated one. I think the only way I can do this is to not compete against him, but to compete against myself. Because in life, the most important thing are inches. And I know people are going to take that the wrong way. They're going to think I'm talking about a pecker contest or something. But I'm talking about those little inches, those little improvements that you can make to yourself to make sure you're sharper in the morning, earlier nights, better diet, and, like I say, better diet, more better cognitive food that helps you become more focused. And I'm really going to put a training plan together over the next few weeks. I'm going to try and get there for about 5:30 now, the Carboots. And one of the other mistakes that I do make is sometimes I get talking to my friends and you get distracted. On Sunday, one of them was showing me one of his eBay sales, and I just said to him, "Look, mate, I ain't got." So I'm not being rude, but I haven't got time to stop. I've got to keep going, and I think that's the mentality that you've got to have. Just those little microseconds that you're talking to somebody or you're looking for stuff, looking at somebody's sales or whatever, is moments that you lose where you could potentially pick something up really good. Those microseconds at Carboots make a huge difference. One moment. Back online. I had to go and sort something out, but I'm back now. Anyway, back to the conversation. I think one of the best virtues you can have in life is the ability to both acknowledge and conquer your own faults. And I've got a lot of things to work on. So I hope to do that in the coming weeks. I put myself together a little car boot kit because I was so bloody hot on Sunday. It was like distracting. So I've ordered a cooling towel. These are like little towels you put in ice water and you just wrap them around you and they cool you down. I'd recommend this for anybody going around the car boots. I'm taking a set of AA batteries and a set of AAA batteries and one of those tiny screwdrivers just so you can get in the battery compartment to check to make sure stuff's not corroded. Because I've lost a bit of money trying to buy electricals this year, things that haven't worked, and can't afford these losses. Can't afford them. So I'm also taking some gloves with me and probably some sunglasses actually. Sorted. My sales have been really down at the moment. I only had one sale this weekend. One sale, shocking. £9.99 Warhammer magazine. That is it. I'm not going to get downhearted by this. I'm going to stay positive. Mindset is the most important thing. It's summertime. It's always tricky for people to sell. And I did quite well at the start of June. I've had £562 in sales so far this month. Last month I was at 830 at this point. So, I know that these things are going to sell like come Christmas time, so staying positive. I've sort of followed some alternative routes of reselling this month. So I made £45 at my local auction. I made £40 on Marketplace. And I also made £155 selling at the Carboot. So I'm well into getting rid of a lot of the death pile stuff. But the stuff that is quality, it's not selling now, just keeping on to it, because I know come Christmas it will sell. I don't intend to change my etiquette at the car boot. I do intend to get a lot better though, because I have a value system that I live by, and a lot of people are going to think this is crazy, but I believe in the old code of chivalry. So there's quite a lot of different rules that you have to live by to follow that, but in the time period that we live in now, somebody's got to carry the flag, haven't they? So I'm not going to be pushing in people's car boots. I'm not going to be barging people out of the way. And I'm not going to use a tactic a lot of people are doing to get you out of the way, and that's coughing on people. No. If I'm going to win at the car boot, I'm going to do it fair and square. Anyway, I'm going to go straight to the pickups now because I've already spoken enough. And the pickups were pretty lame this week. What I have here is probably one of the worst hauls, certainly the worst haul that I've had all year. But I'm going to talk about them. Yes, they've got to be spoke about. So £2 fail here. It's only worth about £8. It's a guitar tuner, and I couldn't get a signal to scan it at the time. So I just took a gamble on it. It's going to struggle to sell, that is. So these are a bit of a fail. They're well out of date. If you have a look, they're 2004 ink cartridge. This one here is not too bad. It's 2018. That's why I got it, because of that one. And there's not a lot of money in these. I paid £2, or was it £1.50 in the end? Yeah, I knocked him down because these were just way out of date. He wanted to sell them all as a bundle. I'm not looking at a great return on them. These were a pretty decent buy, the 1970s Wombles, and I've got the maker. This is going to be tricky because the tag is all shriveled up. Let's have a look at this one. Yeah, so it's pedigree. You can't see it. It's the same make as Cindy Dolls. So these ones here, these probably be about 15 quid for the two. They're normally 15 each, but they're not. They've got no clothes. They've totally got no clothes, so I can't ask full price on them. So moving on. This is really shocking, guys. Another fail. It was only £1 fail. It's only worth about a fiver. It's called Saxon, and it was just like this limited edition CD. And I just took a wild gamble, and it failed. Another fail here, because it's only worth about £5, but I paid £1 for it, so I'm not going to lose any sleep. That'll be in the auction tomorrow. So this is looking really bad. Okay, Pokemon, 50p paid. That is worth 10 to 15, so that's a decent pick-up. You know, I always pick stuff up like this. And the Back to the Future car, I had to pay £1.50 on this. I should be able to net about £11.99. So that's decent, and that has got a good sell-through rate. And, you know, Back to the Future stuff like this is always going to sell. So what we got now? Oh yes, I started to buy these because these always sell really well. I paid £1 on it, and you know it's worth a gamble. A Disney exclusive, like mini house sets. And this one is Arundel from Frozen, and as you can see, it's got a few figures inside it, but it's not complete. And because it's incomplete, probably only be looking at about an £8 return on that. Normally it's about £14. So, do I go to my fail? My last fail was all these corgi cars here, as you can see. This was a bit of a gamble. I don't touch corgi or Matchbox, very rarely at all. They were £1 each. Didn't knock him down. I paid £6, and it was mainly because this one here, Spider-Man one, has got the figure, and I've seen the new unboxed one sells for about £80. However, loose like that, and it's missing the thing on the back. Probably only looking at about a tenner. And the other cars are only worth about £5 each, believe it or not. That's crazy, but I don't want to lose any sleep over that because I've got a regular buyer that buys all kinds of corgis at the auction, so not going to lose on that. This was a good buy for £1. It is a Build-A-Bear, and it is the autumn. You can see the autumn leaf. It's the autumn edition one. It's vaulted, which means it's retired, and that goes for about £18.99. I'll probably be able to push £20 on that during the autumn time period. These boots are paid £2 and the Adidas boots are worth roughly around about £15, so that's pretty decent, and that is really everything. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. It's not been a great show today, but it is what it is. So, difficult times, but I don't believe in defeat. I believe in education. So I'm the sort of person that just gets my head down and keeps going with it. I will succeed eventually. I'm registered with the taxman, so I'm committed to this reselling. So hopefully things will turn around. It's been a tough few years. If you don't know me and you're watching this for the first time, I had a career about 4 years ago. Been in it for 20 years, and I was doing really well. Loved my job. I was working in stock management, and things change, new teams come in, and because I have ADHD, I'm not really a traditional sort of person. I'm not mainstream. I like to do my own thing. I like to get on with my job. I don't socialise too much, go home. But unfortunately, I got pushed out of my team, out of my career, and ever since then, it's been quite tough. I've been doing manual work, getting demoted. And ever since I had my ADHD diagnosis, told I can't do office work anymore. So I had an accident 2 years ago, and I've had to rapidly reduce my hours. So I'm earning less than half my salary. So that's why I'm doing it. My kids, bless them, they've not had holiday for 2 years now. And one of my daughters has dropped out of education. So what I'm doing with part of my earnings is I've got a fund for my daughter Blue, who's still in college, to try and get her through. So when you see the Blues Fund thing appear at the bottom of the screen, that's what it's for. Anyway, guys, thanks for supporting the channel. Until next time, stay positive. A lot of you are smashing it this month. You're doing really good with your sales, and respect to you. But if you are struggling like me and having a bit of a difficult time, just get your head down, get on with it, stay positive. Things will turn right soon. See you later, guys.